My name is Matthew Hall, and this is the Never Know Podcast. Enjoy. And where down First official episode of the Never Know Podcast. I just want to say thank you to everybody that has shown any type of support in the past week. It's been full of love, and I can only hope that I can show you guys that same amount of love. For our guest today, I've prepped a little intro just to introduce him. Guest number one is not only my rock, my support system, the person that pushes and inspires me on a daily basis. He's the person that tells me what I need to hear, not what I want to hear. He is my brother, Zander. Yeah. Applause. Oh my God, I'm your biggest fan. Once you get set up, it'll be all good. Look at those two. So this is my brother. This is Zander.
What's that?
As I've already did, I've introduced him. So the first topic I wanted to talk about was just kind of something that I think has impacted both of us the same way.
Okay.
And that's the gym. So you've gotten to the gym before me, and so I kind of just wanted to start us off by asking you, like, what got you in the gym, and not just to get a better physique or anything. Like, there's always a deeper thing that, pushes you to get into the gym and start working on yourself. And so I kind of just wanted to start that off, kind of starting it off on a serious note, but I think that...
Yeah, straight into it.
Nah, right straight to the point, because the gym, and we'll get into this, has changed my life, and I think it's changed your life just as much, just in different ways.
Yeah. We
might be on two different paths, but it's definitely affected our life. So I just wanted to start off, like, what got you in the gym you started... I've been in the gym now for 2 years. I hit 2 years yesterday, actually.
Oh, dang. That's kind of a big moment.
Yeah, I didn't notice until I looked at my Snapchat memories, and I was like,
that's
damn,
cool.
Who's this twig? But
Not twig, just prior version of you. That's
yeah. Wow. So, how long you been in?
Like, seriously?
Yeah, like consistent.
Over a little bit, coming up on 4 years, actually.
4 years?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because I started taking it super serious during my internship in Virginia.
Okay. Yeah, and then you came back and COVID, right?
Yeah, and then COVID, and then the last few years. So we might actually be coming up. We might have passed 4 already, actually.
Yeah, damn.
Dang,
You lose track.
I'm old.
I thought it was 3 years that I've been in, and then I looked at the Snapchat memories and it said 2 years ago.
That's crazy.
And so I was like, damn, this is yesterday when I had someone ask me, like, how long I've been in, and like I just stuttered. I just was like 2-3 years. Yeah. And then when I saw that memory, I was like, damn, only starting my 3 years today.
Dang. Well, you've came a long way, though, for 2 years, though. Which is, like, you should be proud of how far you've came in 2 years.
I'm never satisfied, but that's just body dysmorphia.
I don't know if it's body dysmorphia or growth mindset, right? Because we're always constantly trying to get better.
No, 100%.
Whether it be the gym or something else. So
yeah. So that's 4 years ago in Virginia. What made you decide, all right, today's the day I flip the script and I take this shit serious?
Well, so this is kind of a difficult question to answer, like, for one reason, right? Because, like you said, there's always a deeper meaning.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was always into exercise, like, even in high school when I was really small, playing football and stuff like that, right? And I knew that, there's nothing I can do to change my height or other aspects, right? So, but one thing I could always change was working hard, and I found a way to do that through the gym, right? And I guess 4 years ago, or a little before that, when I really started taking it serious in Virginia, I was kind of bored because I worked the 2 jobs and then had no friends out there, and I love popping a one, but most of the time they were asleep by 8, and what am I going to do, right? So.
Because how old were you?
20.
Really? No.
19. No, maybe 19.
Yeah, you're definitely young. You just graduated high school, or you were in your after your first year of college. Correct?
Yeah, I think I was 19. It was
Yeah, you weren't 20.
2019.
When did? Damn.
Wait. Yeah, no. So 4 years ago, 2019, I was 19.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's just
Going to turn 20. Oh, yeah, because I drove back to Vegas on my 20th birthday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And we couldn't do anything.
That's okay.
So.
But I was there and I was bored, right? But also, I remember I had kind of started getting serious in the gym before I left, right? But not to the extent I was there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, I like to push my limits, right? And I think that the gym is one of the best ways to do that. Plus, I've kind of had this idea where, like my whole life, where if I can work harder, then I'm not doing enough, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to just establish myself in some form as the hardest worker and see what came from it. And whatever I've got so far has came from it. But
So like me versus me type thing.
oh yeah,
You're just competing with yourself to get better and better.
yeah. I don't think I've ever competed with anybody else because.
Agreed.
How do I put this? Like I feel like our biggest challenger is always going to be us.
Oh, 100%.
Like, even if I want to look like Jay Cutler or like Ronnie Coleman, right?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
Lightweight.
That's not going to provide me the challenge that my own thoughts and like my best self is going to provide for me. So
No,
I'd rather
100%.
push myself that way.
And that kind of leads me to another thing is, well, first off, I'll dive into this before I get to that, is 2 years ago, COVID, you looked at me and you said, yeah, I'm buying you a gym membership. I didn't know I needed the gym, and I truly mean it when I say, like, yes, you changed my life, gave me a gym membership, but you saved my life at the same time. And so
I knew it'd be good for you. Big brothers know best.
And that's my point. So from a big brother's perspective, what vision did you get when you saw me and you're like, oh shit, something needs to change?
I know that for almost all people, the gym is not going to be a negative effect on us, right? Like, one, just physically, it's good for us. But mentally, haven't met very many people, if any people, that have said the gym have been a negative influence on their mental health.
No, 100%.
And I know that when I decided, like, okay, if that's what it's going to take for him to commit to it, then I'll buy it, right? I knew that investment was worth any amount of money because it was going to make you happier, and that's worth way more than $9.99 a month.
Yeah.
So I was happy to buy that. I knew that it would be good for you, mental.
No, it completely changed my life in ways that I can't even explain. Like, truly, if I didn't have the gym, I don't know where I would be or who I would be. Because not only has the gym, I mean, boosted confidence, boosted my looks, but that's kind of something that, like, I've been thinking about is, like, gym's therapy to me. Like, I can be having the best day or the worst day, but that 2-3 hours in the gym alone or even with people is like my therapy session, or I guess you could say my second home.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I can't do rest days. Like, I know how important they are, but you saw me yesterday.
You're mature.
You saw me yesterday, though. It was 10 o'clock at night, and I was so bored, and I just was like, you're like, what are you doing? And I was like, going to the gym. And I was like, but it's rest day. And you're like, then why are you going?
Yeah, I think that comes with time, because especially when you are bored and you get so much joy from the gym,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you're bored and looking for something fun to do, it's right there, right?
Yeah.
But also, no matter who you are, there's the 3 pillars of any type of gym thing. It's diet, the gym, and then recovery. And if you knock one pillar down, your base is not steady. So
Yeah.
being able to like dial back and be like, oh, I really want to go to the gym, but I need to let my body recover. That's essential. So
I think it's one of the, like, once you're committed, it's one of the hardest things to, like, is rest days definitely at first, because that's where the mental battle, like, that's where mental strength comes into to play, and I think the gym provides that, because you're telling yourself, yeah, like, I have nothing to do, I want to go to the gym, I need to go get better, but to get better, to get that 1% better the next day, you gotta rest.
yeah, I mean, you know, if you're working on dead batteries or your body's dead batteries, then you don't get a full workout, you know.
Bro, this is like a TED Talk. You're
No,
saying
it's
some
not.
motivational shit.
No, it's not.
No, I definitely agree though. And then this is even a key topic that I had planned. This is something that
Look like you're up to some no good.
no, because I want to see if I'm the only one that thinks this way. Well, there's two things.
Okay.
Would you go to the gym 6 days a week for your 3 hours a day for the rest of your life if you never got progress? Because I'll answer this first. I 110% would, because
Do you still get the mental relief?
yes.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So it's
Then yeah, for sure.
no. I was thinking about this, and I've been thinking about it for the past couple weeks. Is I could never get another vein popping out, lift heavier weight, whatever your gym goals are, and I could stay the exact physique I have today. And not saying this because I like my physique or anything, but I would strictly throw away the progress and still go every day, just because the progress that I get in my mind, like my mental health, my goals, my vision, all of that comes through the gym. And not saying all my goals and motives are through the gym. A lot of them are.
Yeah, sure.
But as I said earlier, like, it's a mindset thing, and it's therapy, and it pushes me to strive for more, even if I wasn't getting progress.
Sure. Well, I think you nailed it for the most part. I do have another question about this question. Do you still gain like well-being, like overall well-being, even if you don't like physically get bigger?
Elaborate.
Like, do my chances for cardiorespiratory and cardiovascular stuff like
This is how you know you're a doctor. Or
No.
becoming a doctor.
No. Like, am I healthier even if I don't get buffer?
You can so see what you're studying in school.
Because if that's the case, then even more yes. Because I think not enough people go to the gym simply to be healthier. Like, sometimes people only go to the gym because they're
They
trying
wanna
to
look
look better, right?
Yeah.
But don't you want to feel better, right?
No.
And like, when I am 45 years old, the exercises I do now and the gym time I put in now are going to make me look and feel better back, like, you know, then too. So, essential. You
No,
know,
yeah.
So.
That can go into play.
But to answer the question, yes, regardless.
both ways,
Yeah.
even if your physique never changed.
Plus, it's fun. The gym
Yeah.
is fun.
Yeah.
Like, you can't tell me. I don't know. Well, some people don't think it's fun, I guess, especially when they're first starting off. But I genuinely enjoy the act of lifting weights and doing exercises and, like, pushing limits.
No,
like,
yeah.
regardless.
No, 100%.
So anything that challenges me, even if it's not the gym, I enjoy.
I like my face getting red and me struggling looking at myself in the mirror while my veins pop in my forehead.
Why do you do your face with the
Bro,
videos?
that's just my eyebrow.
No, you're not.
I
You're
don't
not
have
doing
a
it
face.
right now. But on all your Instagram videos.
So you're saying I do the light skin face is what you're saying.
No,
The face.
you just do like a
Have you not
weird,
seen that
like-
TikTok of that guy that goes,
where he's like, no, you do like a weird The Rock like smolder. You know how
Oh,
The Rock
hell
does
no.
the smolder?
I just watched a video of The Rock before this of him introducing this last year's Super Bowl.
That's
And
kind
I-
of what you. That's
No.
kind of what you look like when you do those videos.
No.
But
no.
I'm not trying to be on your head, but
And then my second question, and this
Okay.
was something that I don't know if it's just something that I think of
okay.
or believe in, but lifting heavy is honestly kind of just like bragging rights to an extent, because like, trust me, you hit a new PR, it's awesome. It's the best, one of the best feelings in the gym by far. And it's cool when you look at a guy and you're like, dang, I mean, we just went to the meet, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we watched a 17-year-old deadlift, what, 730?
731, yeah.
Yeah, insane.
It's outrageous, yeah.
But do you think, so I guess this is the question, do you think that benching 225 for 12 controlled reps is more impressive than benching 355 for 1?
Interesting. Well, first of all, my standpoint on lifting heavy is obviously a little biased. I think that it's, unless you are training for a strength, like a strength meet or
Like a powerlifting
competition, or that's your goal. If your goal is to be strong, you should lift heavy weights, right? But most people don't. Their goal is to look good, right? So not to be like all scientific, but like if you want to train to look good, you stay in that hypertrophy range of 8 to 12 reps. Like that's where you're gonna make the most gains, muscular, physically. That's my opinion. So I think it's a little overrated, but also it's like a little bug that came. But also, if you genuinely enjoy and get fuel and fire from lifting heavy, who am I to tell you not to do that?
No, 100%.
Right? Like, do I think it's more impressive to do controlled reps? Maybe not. I think that they're both impressive, right? If somebody goes up and does 355 1 rep and it doesn't look like absolute garbage, I'm gonna be like, damn, that's impressive, right?
Yeah.
If somebody goes and has this perfect eccentric and concentric and it's smooth as butter on 225, I'm still gonna say, damn, that's impressive. It has to align with other people's goals. If your goal is to look beautiful and controlled, cool, do that. If your goal is to be strong as heck, do that.
So what do you think is more impressive if you're in that middle range?
Like you're trying to do both?
Yeah, so like right now, right? I haven't PR'd basically since my bulk. I had a pound for pound PR the other 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
But I haven't been chasing it. Like I didn't touch weight like that for months, just because I was like, I don't want to do it anymore. 225 is my top, is what I mean.
Okay.
So I haven't decided to pursue lifting heavy, because when I was first in the gym, like 2 years ago, I hit 185 when I weighed 142, and that was my PR. And then my bulk, it was 265 for 1, and then pretty much after that, because I did my shred, I just didn't want to. I couldn't lift the same weight, which sucked. But
happens, there's ups and downs.
And I couldn't rep the same weight, but I kind of wanted to get back into that a little bit, or at least the same weight, but at my weight.
Sure.
So I had a pound for pound PR 2 weeks ago, and I matched it, but 30 pounds lighter. But so I'm kind of in the middle point, because after that meet, I don't want to power lift, but it made me want to go to the gym and lift some crazy weight. Like, it kind of just hyped me up.
Yeah, I get that.
So
it's exciting, and you get hyped when you see people do those heavy weights, right? I'm just a big believer in you. I think that the most important thing people can do in the gym is to base their training off their goals, right? So if your goal is to increase the strength and get bigger, then sure, you can do both, right? Just know that you're not going to get 100% results from either one of them if you're giving 50% effort to both of them.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's just, but if you enjoy lifting heavy every once in a while, good, do it, right? But at the same time,
it's not
do
on
it
your
smartly, right?
Yeah.
Don't, I missed my PR last week and my shoulder really hurts. Let me go for my PR again 3 days later. Like, one, you lack that recovery aspect, right? And also, two, if you didn't train at all to improve it, you're probably not going to hit your PR the next day. There's nothing changed. It's just 3 days later. So
that's kind of
my
like,
opinion.
So my goal, right, is my long-term goal for the gym is to get to 5 to 8%.
Body
which,
fat, yeah.
Yeah, which is I want to get hit 5, but
Okay.
that's insane.
That is
like,
really impressive, yeah.
yeah, if I can get that, I mean, that's a lot of, that's strictly diet and that's strictly gym. Like, I think shredding's mentally harder as well, but then bulking?
Then bulking.
Yeah. I think bulking's physically harder and shredding is mentally harder.
Have you ever done a serious bulk, though?
No, I did a dirty bulk where I ate 4x4s and animal style fries.
Yeah, of course that's not mentally draining.
Yeah.
And
no.
you probably stopped at a weight that wasn't super hard to get to.
I got to 190. I gained 50 pounds.
Yeah, but that was a 190.
30 of them was easy.
What was your highest weight?
Like 192.
Okay, and at 192, was it hard to get those last 5 pounds, or did they just come from you eating?
Eating.
So you never reached the hard part of it.
I will stand by that. I think that, I guess I can't say till I do a serious bulk.
Yeah.
But going to my point, my long-term goal, I mean, besides the gym world and all that, physique-wise, I want to get to 5%, 5 to 8%.
Mm-hmm.
But this year, and I want to ask what your goals are as well, but my goal is to be able to hit 225 for 12, weighing 160 to 165.
Okay.
And because that's what I'm at.
What are you at right now?
Last time I weighed, I was at 167.
And how many can you hit it for?
So that's what I've been changing my workout to. For the past 2 weeks, I do 5x5s. So 5 sets of 225 for 5. With a quick 135 for 1 set of 12 warm up.
So if you were to go for AMRAP, or how many you could do in one set, how many could you do at 225?
I don't know, because since I've started the 5x5, that's all I've touched, because I don't want to.
You're just not training 225 over 5. Could you do more than 5?
For the
if
first,
you're doing 5 sets of 5,
for the first,
you could probably do more than 5.
4 sets, because I've noticed over, like the first time I did it 2 weeks ago, when I say my arms were shaking,
Mm-hmm.
like those last reps on each set, it was bad.
Mm.
And now, like my first set, I do kind of pause reps. Like I do it very slow, and I can hit. Oh, and when I first started, like my 4th, 5th set, I was only hitting 4. Now I'm hitting 5 every set. My arms only do shake towards the last 2 sets.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm going slower. My form is the best.
Well, if you can do 5 out of 5, there might be time to up it.
To like just like 1 rep
Also,
each.
if you don't try 225 for as many as you can, you don't know where you're at.
Well, I did before.
And what was it at?
Oh, well, that was at 7. 7 at 163. I weighed. I always fluctuate between that weight. I swear I can gain 2 pounds like this overnight. It's bad.
Yeah, it's called drinking water and eating a 4x4 before bed.
I don't eat 4x4s anymore.
You can eat anything before bed and drink a lot of water, and you probably wake up heavier.
Yeah, but no. So like 225 for 12 would be my, if we're talking about weight goal. But then when it comes to physique and like what I want to pursue, I don't know if I want to shred again.
Okay.
You don't like that. Huh?
Well, I mean, if your goal is at 163.
Well, or lighter. I mean, if I could hit at lighter, that would be even better.
Yeah, but you're asking more of your body to do it lighter.
Then I'll probably, honestly, because what I've been doing and what I think I'm going to continue doing until I like really decide that I want to commit to one, is I want to just keep on getting more shredded, but main gain it.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes any sense, I think. Yeah. I mean, I unlocked a new vein today.
Oh my God.
My side bicep branched into 2.
You swear you unlock a new vein
Bro,
every day.
I do. You know, it's an Instagram story. My branch is crazy. Yeah, they're popping. No, but seriously, in my hand, this one was new as well. I think it's just what I eat. Yesterday, I ate a super fatty meal. And
How much water did you drink today?
The 16 ounces that goes in your pre-workout.
That's it?
Yeah. And
please don't tell me that's it. And now you're drinking a Red Bull?
I also drank a Red Bull this morning.
And you're talking about unlocking new veins today?
Yeah. Bro, it was crazy. Crazy pump. You won't believe who was there.
We know. Your boyfriend.
Oh, hell no. Do you have any goals?
Do I have any goals?
Like this year specifically, or, I mean, in a lifetime goal, I guess.
Yeah, win Mr. Olympia. No, just kidding.
Would you ever compete?
I'd compete. But when I can devote a little more attention to it.
Like in a couple years. Yeah. I think I want to compete in the next, like, physique, 2-3 years. Just one show. I just want to say I did it.
I mean, sometimes the best way to challenge yourself is to commit.
Yeah, not right now, though. Because I want to hit that 225.
Yeah, if that's your goal this year, then you should focus on that, not competing.
I think I'm close.
I think you should try. I don't know if you hit it, but you at least get a point of, oh, I'm here.
Yeah.
And also, if you're doing 5 sets of 5 and doing it without needing a spot or anything, it's probably time to move it up to 5 sets of 6 or whatever you want to do to challenge yourself more.
Yeah.
If it's not challenging you, it's not bringing you towards your goals.
Yeah, true. I do need to up that.
Yeah, probably.
I think if I hit 225 for 12, I'll be able to hit 315 for 1.
It's not the same. You're not training the same.
But I think I'll be able to. But as I said earlier, I don't care about lifting heavy. I don't personally, at least.
You sure?
225 is not, well,
315 is very heavy, and
Oh.
225 is also heavy for a lot of people.
but yeah, okay, never mind. We're
Dang
gonna
you.
stop myself right there. Let's go right back into your goals.
My goal is in the gym this year I'm aiming to reach 200
What do you have right now?
pounds body weight. I am at 183 in the mornings.
So 17 pounds.
Yeah.
Solid. Clean, right?
Relatively.
And vegan.
I'm not vegan.
But you bulk pretty
I'm
much
majority
all
plant-based. Like, there might be a little cheat every once in a while, but almost always plant-based, yes.
vegan. You're vegan. Yeah.
I'm not vegan. I still eat stuff that's not vegan sometimes. Then I'm not vegan.
You wear leather?
Exactly, see? Dang, I'm showing a lot of thigh right now.
Quad father? Trying to be like AJ?
No.
AJ Dillon?
No. That dude's a beast, though.
Bro, his quads are crazy.
That dude is a beast.
His literally Madden card is called Quad Father. That's insane.
That is. He's Quadzilla.
Nah, Barclays. That's his nickname.
Quadzilla. Whose quads do you think are bigger?
Dylan's.
You think so?
Dylan's. Just look at the build.
Probably. But Saquon got humongous quads.
Did you ever watch him in college, the weightlifting videos?
He's a freaking beast, dude. He's a beast.
Dude, he's moving
But-
weight. Like, where do you play college at again? Penn State. No.
Yeah. No, I think you're
Yeah,
right.
Penn
I think
State.
it is Penn State.
I watched him destroy Ohio State with Dad and Mr. Baker.
I bet Mr. Baker hated that.
No, he hated it.
Yeah, I bet.
Bad. He definitely grabbed another beer right after that.
Yeah, I bet.
But, so
200,
200.
body weight, and then reassess. If I still feel small or than I want to be, then I will continue to bulk. But I feel like at that point I will start a cut.
are you going to take any break in between, or are you just going to go bulk?
Break? No, probably not.
No?
No, yeah, it depends. Like, I just need to I need to assess there and be like, oh, okay, now that I've reached this goal, where do I go from here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I don't know what I'm going to look like at 200 pounds.
Have you...
That would be the heaviest I've ever been.
What's the heaviest you've been right now, right? Where you're at?
No, the pre-surgery I was at 192.
I'm glad you brought that up, because that's my next point.
Is it really?
Yeah, it actually is. So,
You know me, I'll be in sync with you.
you, 3 years in? You said about 4 or 5 you've been in?
Mhm.
Probably went through one of the hardest things that most gym people go through, or could, and that's injury. And so first, can you elaborate on your injury
Yeah.
for the people that don't know?
I had October 28th.
You know the date. That's crazy.
Yeah. 2021, I had a blank heart and posterior blank heart or posterior labrum repair. Reverse blank heart, sorry.
I don't know what blank heart means.
I could tell you all about it. We just went over in school, but I won't. I had I had a blank heart and reverse blank heart or posterior labrum repair.
Bro, I'm so lost. I'm just listening at this point.
There's this little thing that's in your shoulder complex, right? Where your bone sits in there, and it kind of helps keep everything stable. That got all tore up and thrashed, so I had to have surgery.
Thanks for lowering the IQ so I could understand.
No.
But for everybody that does know or just doesn't know, you can say it how you want to.
Yeah, it got messed up. I had to have surgery.
Labrum, right?
Yeah.
That's just a short name for it.
Posterior labrum, back labrum.
Okay. Same shit.
And blank heart is a different type of tear of your labrum. But yes, I tore my labrum in 2 spots. Had to have surgery. And then was slinged up for 4.5 weeks. And then had to sleep in it for 6 weeks, which was trash.
In the chair, right?
Yeah, I had to sleep like this.
In a rocking chair.
It was trash.
It sucked because when I wanted to get a snack downstairs.
Man, you didn't care. You would go downstairs and you put the microwave on and you would like slam the door shut. Don't act like
you didn't. So you were fake sleeping?
You woke me up so many times when I was down there, and I just like kept my eyes closed because I didn't want to make you feel bad.
So I should have just came up to you and started whispering in your ear.
No, then I would have headbutt you.
Yeah, because you couldn't swing on me.
Yeah, well, no, my right hand worked perfectly fine.
So you were out 9 months in total, right?
Ooh,
like
no.
Fully?
Fully as in like when I could start lifting again?
Yeah.
Technically, I could like get back in the gym at like 4 months.
But didn't the doctor? But didn't you like outwork like the program? Like, didn't they say most people only?
Well, okay, so it was like, let's think. Slinged for 6 months. Like, passive, active. I think it was somewhere, but I would have to look at my protocol, right? But it was like, I could start doing like assisted range of motion stuff, like pretty much when I was outside my sling. And that's like at like a month and a half, 2 months. Then you just progress, yada, yada, yada. But 4 months I was like in the gym, but I wasn't doing weightlifting stuff. Like it was like, oh, I'm laying on a foam roll doing this. Like it was
funny.
No, it was not funny.
It wasn't funny because I knew like it will get into that point, but like it was funny when I walked in and I just saw you like in the middle of the turf on Eastern with your arm on a box, just holding it.
Yeah, that was trash. Or I'd do like planks and have to lift one arm. Like that's.
I mean, it's part of the process.
Oh yeah, I mean, if I went in there and just was like, yeah, load 185 up.
But so this is my
I'd
thing.
be tore again.
Before that 4 months, didn't you hit like legs like 3 times a week?
Yeah. 3 times a week? No.
Was it more?
More than that. I would do quads and this is, I do not advise this because I was talking about rest earlier.
No, we go gym. Keep it up. Go.
No. Do not just go gym because.
Can't work out upper body, work out legs. I'm kidding. He's the one working to be a doctor. Listen to him.
No, I was probably overtraining for sure, my legs, but I was doing quads and calves, and the next day I would do hammies and glutes, and then I would rest, and then I would do quads and calves, hammies and glutes, so I was doing it like 5 or 6 times a week.
Damn. And I struggle to hit 2 leg days a week. No, actually leg day's my favorite right now. Don't give me that look.
What?
Yeah.
How's leg day your favorite, but you don't do it?
I've been killing legs. Legs.
Once a month.
No. Once or twice a week now.
Good. That's what you should do.
My booty's getting fat.
Oh, God. Your booty probably flat still.
Nah. I got dumpy. It beeps when it backs up.
No, you don't. Whoever told you that's lying?
But so that's kind of. So do you think that was? I mean, let's hope it's your biggest obstacle that you face when it comes to the gym, at least. Is there anything that competes with that or no? Besides bulking and stuff.
That doesn't compete with that at all.
No.
That being immobilized like that and not being able to work out is way worse than any bulking or cutting could ever be, because
The mental.
one, but also not even just in the gym. You know how demoralizing it feels when you get a plate of food and you can't cut your food.
I remember this. This is I don't know how many times this happened, but I remember the first time it happened. Me, you, and Mom sat down for dinner, and you know, Mom's gonna be Mom, and she's gonna try to help in every single way she can. You and me are both stubborn. I don't think we don't like to ask for help.
No,
And
we don't.
even when
We
we
should
need
be
it,
good
we're
at
gonna
that.
still push to try to do it on our own. And I remember, I can't. I think it was Country Fried Steak.
It was country fried steak,
It's
and now I don't hate country fried steak, but that shit pisses me off sometimes.
No, I remember we were eating Country Fried Steak, and
It was you,
in front of
Kylie, and Mom next to me.
Oh, Kyler's there as well?
Yeah, and I remember,
yeah.
I remember just the plate getting to me, and it had like fucking salad and mashed potatoes too, right? And like I was like, oh, I can eat that, right? And then like I'm like this, and I can't hold a knife and a fork. There's no way. It's not possible.
But I remember watching, and like I felt so bad. Like generally, I was like, okay, so part of me wanted to laugh. I won't lie, because I was like just watching you try
You
to.
love watching me suffer. Huh?
No, because just you would have had to see it through my eyes. But like only 1 out of 10 of that was like funny to me, because 9 out of 10 of it wasn't because you weren't struggling. I guess it wasn't because like you couldn't do it. But I know you. I think that I can see through you a lot, just like you can see through me, because both of us don't speak about anything that when it does bother us.
Which we should also do better at.
We should. No, 100%. We just kind of work on ourselves and keep to ourselves. And I saw you. I remember you went to cut it and you paused, and you just like were staring at your plate. And I looked at you and I just was like, dude.
Well, I didn't even have because you can't use the knife because it's just going to move across the table. So I remember I had my fork. I was just pressing it down super hard because I was like, I'll just cut it with the freaking fork, right?
Yeah.
Like I'd poke it and then try to cut it like this. And then I remember like it was not working.
No.
At all. And then I eventually looked up and all three of you guys are looking at me like, when are you going to ask for help? And
I didn't.
No, you were looking at me like,
because I knew what you were going. I mean, I didn't know what you were going through because I haven't been through that.
It was pissing me off.
But I knew the mental battle you were going through.
Yeah.
I knew you wanted to do it. You didn't want help.
Yeah, but also, if I'm going to be honest, I think that's also one of the reasons that I grew so much from that was because it forced me to ask for help. And that's something I'd never done before. I just didn't like it, so I never asked, right? But when I looked up and saw you guys looking at me, like...
You realized the position you were in.
I was like, I have to ask for help.
Yeah.
So I did, right? And I feel like I learned from that, but it was difficult. I had a new pair of shoes, and I couldn't even lace them up for the first time because I couldn't tie my shoes.
What shoes?
My, the yellow pollen ones I have.
Uh-huh. Have you even worn those yet?
Yeah, I've worn them a bunch. But the first time I wore them, Kylie had to lace my shoes because you can't lace a shoe with one hand.
What was the hardest thing that you think?
The hardest thing doing everything with one arm, or the hardest thing like just going through mentally?
Yeah, so that's actually I guess we're going to that because my main question I wanted to ask about the injuries. Yes, you went through struggles physically, but I could only imagine that the mental battle
was
way worse because you're taking away, as we said, the thing that's changed our life. I'd like to say the most, or one of the most. You're taking away your second home. You're taking away the place that you can work on yourself and become a better person.
Yeah.
And I bet you found other ways to, work on yourself and stuff. Mm-hmm. But the gym is the main one.
Yeah.
I think the main one for at least us.
Yeah.
If you could just walk them through the process that you went through mentally. Like, was there waves? Was there stages?
Well, retrospectively, I think that means looking back on, right?
Thank you for helping me with that.
When looking back on it, I think that I did a lot more growth than I did struggle through that,
100%.
Which is nice. But in the moment, I felt, and I'm sure your viewers that have went through like an injury like this, or any type of situation that has limited them, right? I felt useless. I remember describing how I felt as useless, right? And now I think of it and I'm like, that's so dumb. Like, how useful you are, or how much you affect people has nothing to do with if you have two arms.
Mm-hmm.
Like, me talking to somebody has bigger influence than me doing a heavy ass bicep curl. Yeah. Like, I can go and say something to somebody that changes their life, and sure, there might be some far out possibility that me doing a bicep curl and somebody being like, I want to lift that weight, like, changes someone's life. Sure, right? Mm-hmm. But it's so much less likely than being nice to somebody, right? So, like, I feel like now looking back, I'm like, oh, why did I feel useless? Like, all my use was not in my left arm.
But it's understandable on why you felt that way.
Yeah.
I mean, you were down an arm and you couldn't do the thing that you loved.
Yeah, but I think I just felt like when I went through it, I felt like I let these thoughts of like having a diminished self-worth get in my head, and that wasn't fair to me or the people that was around me, because it's just I wasn't me, like, because I felt like I couldn't do what made me me, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And then the one big thing, because obviously you've been in for 4 or 5 years, you've went through struggles. If you could just give one simple advice, just one, if you had to stick to one advice to give anybody that's getting into the gym or struggling in the gym, mentally or physically, any of that, what would be the one thing you would say?
One? There's so many.
Yeah, one. Just one. Because whether it's one person or 10 people that listen to this, and you could change someone's perspective or someone's mindset through something you say. So yeah, just one. I know it's hard to think of just one. Definitely when you're at a level where there's 3 pillars now, right? It's not just go in and...
I lied. I'm giving you 2. One for the people getting in, right? And that's the best exercise is exercise that you do consistently. So I don't care if you want to be a bodybuilder and lift weights and, get yoked. If lifting weights is what will get you in the gym 5 days a week, do that. If going to Zumba class is what will get you in the gym 5 days a week, do that. Like, whatever is going to be the most consistent for you is what I would suggest doing.
Because it gets you in.
Yeah. And then whatever comes from there, comes from there. If I'm talking to somebody that's in the gym but struggling, then I'm going to tell them that it's never a bad idea to just reassess where you're at, right? And change stuff up. If you don't change it up, you're going to get bored and you're going to get stagnant and your goals are going to get stagnant. You have to be able to adapt to what your body is telling you, right? Especially when it comes to you like going through a rough mental spot in the gym. Chances are it's because you're not having fun anymore. Find a way that makes your workout fun, and then I bet you your growth comes along with it.
I strongly believe that you should switch your not your split completely, but your workout at least every couple months. Even if it's just, let's say you hit 5 bicep exercises on back and by. Change 2 of them.
Oh yeah, you should constantly be putting different stuff in there. This week was my first week where I'm on a new split.
Completely?
Yeah.
What split?
It's kind of funky, but so I'm doing chest on Monday.
Good. You're finally doing just chest on one day.
Well, I'm doing chest with like a
Accessories?
sprinkle of tricep, right?
Okay.
Um,
Well, most chest exercises work your triceps.
yeah, of course,
so.
right? Push motions, but chest on Monday, Tuesday's back. Wednesday is quad focused leg day. Thursday I'm doing yoga with Mom and Kylie, so that's
Is that a weekly thing? No?
yeah.
Heck
So
yeah.
that's like rest, right? But
I'll be
also
at the
like
gym.
something else, right?
I won't be going to yoga, but
That's fine.
it looks.
You might like it. The one I went to yesterday though.
I heard you and Mom were struggling.
No, we weren't struggling, but that lady wasn't my favorite. Like, she was a nice lady, but she seemed like it didn't seem very organic. She was like, at the end, she's like, if you didn't sign up, make sure you press the kiosk button. And I'm like, damn, you're just trying to get paid. Like, I get it, but still.
That's also. It's not like you're not going to a place that strictly does that.
Yeah, I know, but still. Yada, yada, yada. What were we talking about?
Oh shit! What were we talking about? You're split. You're split.
Oh, yeah. So Thursday's like yoga with Mom and Kylie and / a rest day, right? Because I'm not lifting. And then Friday is a arm focus day. But today I did cleans because I went to this like lifting party with my cohort, right? That was set up with them. It's pretty cool. And like some
No invite?
No invite.
PR day?
No. But it was like somebody was like, I want to learn how to clean, so I did, and I was like, I don't remember this being so fun, but yada yada.
I hate clings.
Why? I mean, I think that they're not fun when nobody teaches you how to do them.
But I know
Like
how to do them.
in school, in high school, we didn't get taught how to do them correctly. They're just person do this and throw it up on your shoulders. That's not cleaning. There's so much more to it.
Yeah, I feel like I was taught many different ways in high school
And
because
probably
football,
none
weight
of them were
training.
correct.
I just don't enjoy it. Like, it's kind of like why, and this is probably crazy to a lot of people, I don't squat on leg day. I don't squat at all because I truly believe, or maybe it just works for me, that I can get a better workout and not have the pressure of crazy weight on my back doing machine work.
Who says you have to squat with heavy weight?
But like I just don't like. Yeah. I just don't enjoy like even I hit legs day after that meet and I was just doing pyramid and I was just hitting 315 and I hit it for 4 or 6 on my third set and I just didn't like it.
That's because you're doing strength training for exercise that you
But that used to
don't
not be.
ever do.
I think that because it used to not be strength training.
If you're in the 4 range, it's strength training.
Well, I wasn't in. Oh, for 4 reps. But no, like I would rather put hack squat on and put on my 4th set 405 and be able to rep 10-12 than squat.
You can put 405 pounds on hack squat
4
and you can do
plates.
12.
4 plates.
Oh, 4 plates.
Yeah, so
Yes.
405. Right? Am I tripping? No, 4 on each side. Wait.
225, that's 450. And then whatever the sled is. So you're doing more than, that's like 4, that's way more than 4 or 5. That's still a big number. That's impressive. But
I like to do that. Like my leg day is insane. Like
damn, way to hype yourself up.
No, it's like I don't leave leg day until I can't feel like I'm struggling. Because I fight through everything. And I don't mean that in an unhealthy way. Like once I have a good pump, I will like my last thing, like when I do my quad extensions, it's like the biggest burnout ever to the point that when I stand up I'm like my quad feels like it goes over my knee.
Yeah.
I love
Doesn't sound healthy.
I tell you, no, it is. It is. I'm telling you, leg days have been fun. But yeah, I don't like to squat.
As long as you're having fun. But Squat is just probably one of the most superior motions you can do for your legs. That's all.
Yeah.
And I get it, like that. Some people don't like lifting heavy squatting, and I would probably agree. I don't really like squatting super heavy, but it's a really important. And it's
Do you squat?
Yeah, and it's a super functional thing. Like, it's something that people being able to squat is something that everybody needs to do in their regular life. Even the 95-year-old person that's sitting down on their bed, that's a squat.
Yeah.
It's something that we need to train and need to keep up, but
I think it's just like, it's kind of like the same way I see deadlift, but I guess you could say all 3 core lifts it's high risk, high reward to an extent if you don't have proper form.
if you don't have proper form, then there should be little to any weight on the bar.
Yeah, no, and that's why.
Are you saying you have bad squat form?
No, not squat, but like deadlift, yeah, probably. My deadlift form is probably buns. But like I only deadlifted 3 times in the last 3 years, and I hit.
Yeah, because you always say you get that pain when you
Oh,
deadlift.
here?
Oh,
My
yeah,
side?
yeah.
I used to in high school. But
You said it last time too, though.
Did I?
Yeah, you were like, I haven't deadlifted for 2 years, and I deadlifted, and now my side hurts.
Well, I for that's funny, because for that 4-week span that I was like, all right, I'm gonna deadlift. I went to LVAC, so I deadlifted every time I went there. Yeah, honestly, fuck LVAC. I hate that gym.
It's not that bad, but the people there are pretty bad. I feel like they just all got egos. Nothing wrong if you go to LVAC and you're a nice person, but every
Yeah.
time I've went there, people are just being real weird.
Yeah, no, but I deadlifted 2-3 times in those weeks, and I hit 4 or 5, and I said, yep, never again. I just don't.
Damn.
Didn't like it.
Yeah, you're probably doing some funky shit.
No, dude, I was as red as a tomato. Like,
I hope you weren't versatile maneuvering.
huh? I wasn't breathing.
Yeah, that's not good.
No, like
No wonder you have pain in your side. You're
No,
about
I
to give
wasn't
yourself a
breathing,
hernia.
and I got stuck halfway. It went up super smooth, and then I got stuck. But I wasn't gonna. I already got it up, so I was like, I just got to straighten out now.
Yeah.
I mean, it went up solid, but that's when I just started like, bro, I wasn't breathing. Probably was clenching my jaw. Like,
That's not good. And that's prime example of ego lifting.
no, yeah, it was a great feeling. Don't ego lift.
What?
But no, like
You
hitting
literally
it.
just talked about how...
Like hitting it. I said, what?
I
Like,
know,
it's a
but-
new PR. A PR is always a good feeling.
Yeah, that great feeling you had, but the herniated disc in your back, which one's going to last for longer, you know?
Yeah, and but that's also why I don't deadlift. Yeah, sure, I could restart at lower weight and work on form, but I don't enjoy it. I don't
Yeah,
enjoy.
if you don't enjoy it, like I said, if you don't like it, then...
Like I like, I don't know, like even just like simple bicep curls. Like I can, it's the most boring thing, but I always, either whether I'm going up weight or like I always feel it. I guess you could say that. Deadlift I don't feel. Like I don't feel it in my lower back, at all. It's probably because I'm doing it wrong, but
Also, there should be stresses in other places, not just your low back.
yeah. But on a different topic, because all we talked about is the gym.
Yes.
I think I'm gonna ask everybody that knows me on a personal level if they're on the pod.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask guests that's coming up that I've told you about. But what did you think when I said I was? Well, you've known that this has been a dream of mine for 2 years. But what was like? What went through your mind when I clicked that button in Grouchy John's?
Oh, and you bought the stuff?
And I was like, yeah, like, well, I guess the main question I'm asking is, what went through your head and what did you see when I said, I will start a podcast?
Well, completely honest, right?
No, 100%. I've said 100% like 5 times on this
Yeah,
pod, probably
it's
more.
okay. It's okay. But I know you had been talking about it for a long time before that, right?
2 years, yeah.
And you had always said, oh, I'm going to do it, 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 yada, yada, yada. And it hadn't got done, right? So I was like, dude, Matthew is exceptional at things he commits to, right? The thing is, sometimes he doesn't commit, if I'm going to be completely honest, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I knew that if you were to commit, it would work out for you.
Yeah.
So when we were at Grouchy John's and you're like, Zander, everything's in my Amazon cart. Like if I press this, it's a go.
It's go
right?
time.
I was like, fucking press the button. Like I'm like, do it, because I knew that was a step to getting you committed, and I knew that you would succeed if you did commit.
Mm-hmm.
And this is, now it's even more of a testament because you're recording your first episode.
Yeah.
The commitments, you're in there. You've committed now. So
I thought I'd be stuttering more on this episode.
no, you've done great, and you will do great. You just got to be you, because like I said, every time you commit to something, it always works out.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see, like, what your 100% in this will get you.
Yeah, it's gonna be a journey for sure. I mean,
Always is.
I think life is full of ups and downs. I mean, as I said in my intro, you're gonna run into obstacles and you're gonna fuck up. And I think just having the mindset that you're gonna make mistakes, you just gotta live and learn.
Yeah.
Like, for 2 years, a big thing on why I didn't want to start the pod, or why I always got close and then I stopped. It's a good investment when it comes to,
Yeah, sure.
like, it's not the cheapest thing. I mean, you can make it.
You can make it cheap.
But I always wanted to jump in.
Yeah, I know.
But that's just how I am. Like, I dive into everything 100%.
Yeah.
Which bites me in the ass sometimes.
I always thought you should have just started with what you had and moved up, but also this is your process and you got to do it how you want to do it.
But see,
So-
I think this setup is my bottom. Like, I think this setup's going to completely get better.
So, but some people start with,
No, yeah, with their Apple headphones and their phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one thing, is the investment. But I think for the past year or two, I've cared too much what others think.
I agree.
And, like, I've always lived on, how does this person think of me? Will the people that know me see me different? Will I get hate? All this stuff that I guess my own being, I didn't want to be looked at different.
Perceived a different
Perceived
way.
different, yeah. And
Trust me, I know, dude. I've been, every time, like, there's been a lot of moments where I'm like, Matthew, like, since when do you, pardon my language, since when do you give a fuck what people think?
no, yeah.
And I don't know what's hit that switch where, like, you became so, like, hypersensitive to what other people thought. But I knew it was holding you back. And I'm like, dude, Matthew's a great person, but he is so busy worried about how everybody else is going to see it that he's not showing that.
Yeah.
And that's why I've told you a shit ton of times over the last, years that I'd be like, Matthew, what happened to the person that didn't give a fuck? And I've said that. I was like, what happened to the person that did not care what people thought? And you're always like, I don't care what people thought. But like you said, you've been focused on, but
I think I can
that's-
generally continue. You
that's
go
part
first.
of your growth sometimes. Sometimes you have to realize, damn, I lost my way.
Yeah.
Now I'm caring too much about people that I don't need to care about. So I'm glad that you've came around to that.
No, I've definitely, that's kind of just like, I'm not going to say it's like 100%, but when I, shout out Charlie Zaldo, actually, I saw him at the gym one day, and I was telling him about the pod, and I was like, yeah, but like, I'm nervous for this, like, how certain people will see me. And he goes, the amount of people that you are going to change their life or affect them is way bigger than the amount of people that are going to hate or they're going to see you different. And I was like, I left that, and then I went to Grouchy's. I literally went to Grouchy's, like, I think it was that night or the next day, and I just committed because I was like, I think, honestly, like, I've grown the mindset that, like, I know who, excuse my language, I know who the fuck I am. I know what I'm capable of, and nobody's going to stop me from becoming 1% better every day.
Yeah.
And honestly, this can sound so like I have a big ego, but I feed off hate to an extent. I mean, shit, some of it hurts.
Yeah, for sure.
And I mean, I haven't even got a touch of it, and I bet you I'm going to get a touch. I'm bet I'm gonna get some.
There's gonna be people that hate.
Oh yeah, 100%. But it's like, I don't know their motive behind it. Maybe it's something I said, or maybe they. Oh, there's a quote that I read, but I forgot it. But it feeds me to be better.
Yeah.
Like, not saying it like boosts my ego, but like it truly, like when I see that stuff, or I get it, or like just a side comment from someone, like I'm like, all right, cool, think that. Now let me go prove you wrong.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm not saying I'm in competition with anybody, because I'm not. I mean, as we said earlier, it's me versus me. I'm the person that wants to get better, and I want to change people's lives. I mean, that's the goal of the pod. But when it comes to me, it's like, it's me versus me, and I have to face these battles that I did face with over the past 2 years that stopped me. Now I'm here. Now it's time that I finally am the person that I know. I've always been known as the giver. I've always been known as someone that, like, when someone needs advice, go to Matt in high school and in life. So now I'm ready to give that to people that may need it.
And not to, be corny, but you never know what you would have got from this podcast,
I
right?
see what you did. That's actually the title.
I know. You never know what would have came from this podcast if you never started.
100%. No.
And you never know.
Said 6 times now.
I know. And you never know. Whoa, this mic is trying to give me a hug. Sorry, guys. Let's see. Good?
Yeah.
And you never know who's going to get something super valuable from this. No. So, sure, on the other end of the spectrum, you never know who's going to hate it. But once again, who cares, right? Mm-hmm. If you positively affect even one person in the world, you made the world a better place.
Yeah.
So.
And that's what I said in my intro video. I said, yeah, like, I'm not doing this for the brand deals. I'm not doing it for the money. I'm not doing it for the fame. Yeah, all those things do sound sweet.
Sure.
And I'm sure some of it will come.
Yeah.
But that's not my goal. My goal is better and bigger than what money and fame can bring. And that's simply a smile, a moment, or a memory to someone's day that needed it.
Yeah.
Because I think, and you have as well, I bet, have felt alone sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
And needed some spark. And if I can be that spark to someone's day, whether you live in Antarctica or whether you're a friend of mine and know me. Yeah. But yeah, that's
the mission.
That's the mission. That's the mission, the vision. That rhymed. And yeah, now we're here, baby. But last little thing, just to end it on a funny note.
Oh no.
Yeah, sit up for this one.
For real? What is it? I don't even know what it is.
Growing up.
Oh God.
I don't have any like key points with this.
Okay.
Besides, what was the most annoying thing I did as your little brother?
Whoa, that's a hard one.
Yeah, and I'm also putting myself on the fucking spot as well.
Most annoying thing you did? Can it be something you do now? Just kidding. Just
kidding. I thought you were serious. I was thinking what it could be.
Just kidding. Oh man. I think it was like if I want to be honest, it was the classic little brother shit. Like the little sibling that would get away with everything, right? But would 100% instigate it. Like I remember the one time, I remember millions of times.
Like the thing where it's like, want to play a game? Tag you're it. Stop! I don't like this game.
Matthew, now I tell you, dude, I used to be like Matthew would come up behind me, right? And he would like smack my head. And I'd be like, Matthew, can you please stop that? Like, nice, because he's a little brother. I don't want to beat his ass or anything.
That was super cute.
He kept, like, I remember one time at Dad's house over by Bloom, right? Matthew came up behind me. I'm playing video games. I'm playing Xbox. And he kept smacking the back of my head, right? And eventually, I was like, Matthew, stop smacking my head. And Dad, like, it comes around the corner. He's like, hey, stop fighting. Yada, 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 right? And I was like, okay. Dad told him to stop. He'll stop. But then he comes by and smacks my head hard as fuck. He, like, smacked my head. And I was like,
I don't remember this.
You don't remember this? No, it's funny, though, because I, like, turned around and I, like, swung my arm and I hit Matthew in the nose. And you got a bloody nose. You do remember.
Yeah.
You got a bloody nose. And instantly started crying. And was like, and then Matthew and Dad comes in. He's like, I told you to stop fighting. And sees Matthew with a bloody nose. And he goes, Zander, what the hell? Why are you picking on your brother? And I'm like, oh, there's no way. And he's like, I got in trouble.
Yeah.
And like, he's like, go to your room. If you can't handle yourself, if you can't control your anger, yada, 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 don't come out. Give me a phone. Give me this. Give me that.
I definitely got in trouble after, though.
No.
No. Bet you I did.
No, because then I was like, Dad, he kept hitting my head. And he goes, he's little. And he's like, he's little. Blah, 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 yada, yada. So I got sent to my room and I was pissed. And then you're like, and he's like, oh, let's make sure your nose is plugged. And you're like, fine. And then I like, remember, the worst part of this story is Matthew came by my room and like in the doorway, he was like,
I remember
you were making faces at me like, ha, look at you sitting in there. Like, and I was like, and in that instant, there was a serious thought in my brain about like, I'm already in trouble. Maybe I should just beat his ass. And then I was like, I just knew that Dad would have wrecked me. Because I was already in trouble.
Yeah.
But you did that. You did that stuff all the time, dude. And
I did get away with a lot until I think Dad saw the point that like, it was here that we got in an argument, and I remember I was walking upstairs and I said something and it pissed you off, and Dad saw, and you started walking up the stairs, and it was one of the first times that like I like didn't act like a
Sissy
start
boy?
screaming. Yeah, no. And I stood there and I stood straight up, and you walked up and Dad just followed you. He didn't say no. And I think that's like when because I instigated it. I said something that pissed you off and deserved the whole argument, but I think that's kind of when it stopped. But it honestly was a while after. It's a ghost.
Yeah, I do remember that. Like, I do remember the first time you stood up to me, and it was on the stairs here. But I also remember that after I pushed you, you're like, are you serious right now? Don't lie. Don't leave that part of the story. He's like, I'm your brother. Are you really going to do that to me?
Did you just push me there?
We're on the stairs. What am I supposed to do? Throw you over the balcony?
I would probably hit a front flip and landed it, though.
No, you would. No.
No, I would. No, yeah, I probably did.
But
I thought I was so tough, though.
Yeah, I bet you Matthew felt so hard.
No, dude, I felt like the man, even though I was the one on the floor. But like, I still was like, oh yeah, 4-year difference, and I just stood up.
Yeah,
that was funny. We've done some stupid shit.
We've gotten in a lot of fights, but
I think that's what makes us have the bond that we have.
Yeah, I feel like we haven't got any serious. Well, we haven't got any serious fights.
Well, there's one.
Yeah, there is one.
We won't get into that one.
Yeah, just know I slept Matthew.
No, you did not.
I didn't sleep you, but
you smacked the shit out of my head.
Open hand.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hear you.
I deserved it though. I deserved honestly more. But
oh yeah, we were tempted to whoop his ass.
Yeah,
but
that was.
We won't get into that.
Yeah. Anyway.
I
don't think we.
We don't get into any big fights anymore, but we used to. We used to scrap.
Dude, yeah. I mean,
I remember the one time that I was. The only time I was ever like scared after kicking Matthew's butt was the time when I Batista bombed you on the floor, right in there. He was like, he made me mad, and like I finally was like getting stronger, and like realized that I was young, by the way. Like you were like probably like 9, and I was like
that one was
13.
young.
Like it was like I wasn't like super strong, but Matthew was also small, and I was finally getting stronger. And I remember me and Matthew were fighting, and like we got into it, and then he tried to run away, and I picked him up by his legs, and I Batista bombed his ass like on the floor, like on the carpet floor. And Matthew was like, he was like, and I was like, yeah, like in my brain, right? But then Matthew goes, I can't move my legs, and instantly, I was like,
Oh fuck.
that was not worth that at all. Like I was terrified actually, and I got my ass whooped by Dad, right? But at the same time, I didn't care. Like I was willing to take any ass whooping I would have got then, because I was like, did I just mess up my brother's life forever? And
No,
I was terrified, but he was fine.
Yeah, 100%. I think I was over exaggerating, honestly.
Oh, he was over exaggerating all the time. You would flick him on the head, and he'd be like, oh my God.
I think I got a concussion.
He'd be like,
Dad.
Dad, I think I'm going to pass out. Zander punched me in the face. And I'm like, what? No, I didn't.
I think that's how, because a lot of our fights, though, is we're a 4-year age gap.
Yeah.
So I was always at a disadvantage when it came to, like, fights.
That's why
Now start a fight with me now, though. I'm kicking your ass.
Okay, now look at the camera and say if you think that's actually the truth.
I would kick my brother's ass in a fight. Boxing, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, karate. I'm kidding. I think it would be a good fight, though.
Look in the camera and say what you really think.
I don't think I would kick his ass in a fight, but I think it would be a good-ass fight.
I'd whoop his ass.
Nah. You're not whooping my ass. I think it's a good-ass fight.
I think that if we were to do a
Ring boxing match?
boxing, if we were to go MMA fighting,
Roundhouse kicking you, bro.
bro, the last time I gave Matthew a leg kick, he acted like he couldn't walk.
Yeah, and this is also years, though.
No, that was like 2 years ago.
That's years.
No, oh yeah, that's true. Like
I'm
2.5
saying,
years ago.
yeah,
I leg kicked Matthew twice, and
before I was in the gym.
Man,
I think if we fought,
if we were to go MMA fight, as much as Matthew thinks, no, I'm just talking street fight. Like we can kick, we can punch, we can slam, whatever. Matthew might hit me a few times, but Matthew's losing.
no. I think it's gonna be a good fight. I think.
But are you winning?
So this is what I think. Is I've actually been in fights. You haven't.
That's not true, but okay.
You haven't. Never mind. But
I just don't air myself out to the family.
Oh, really? Never mind. But I think that this is how it would go. We would fight, and I would be connecting, and then you would get pissed. Because pissed off you is different. Like a different breed. Like,
you think if we started fighting, I wouldn't already be pissed?
Well, I mean, if it was a planned fight. Oh, but what happens if I was the one that got pissed? You've never seen me piss physically fighting. That's a different person.
If you were pissed, that'd mean I was pissed. So we'd both be like...
If we both with the shit, I
eighth
think
gate
shit's going down.
Mike Guy.
Huh?
Oh, you haven't got that far in Naruto.
No.
He don't know. Shout out to my weebs out there. Just kidding. I would be like 8th grade. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Shout out Rock Me. That's me. Nah.
You said 8th grade what?
No, not 8th grade.
That's
I would be 8th gate.
Oh.
Might Guy. That's all I'm saying. And Matthew would not be Madara.
Yeah, you lost me. I haven't got that far.
No. See, now all your viewers are gonna be like, damn,
you're not.
Zander probably would whoop his ass then.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna agree with that. I'm just gonna agree that I don't know with what the fuck you just said. I know Madara. He's on a TikTok sound. Gym song.
Oh no.
No, but I think a lot of the fights that we did get into, I think that since I knew I couldn't, this is what I meant to say, is since I couldn't play the physical side, when you, like, just because I was at a disadvantage, I'd play the mental battle, and I would win. It just said, because you said it would piss you off, right? So basically, half those arguments I won because I got out of it.
Also, think about it. You just said that the pissed off me is worse.
Yeah.
So if it ended up me getting me too pissed, it was worse for you than if you would just.
But I would get hit, right? That's gonna hurt for an hour or two. You'd get put in your room for a week.
That's true.
I think I'm winning. I think I won a lot of those battles, but we just never looked at it like that.
Remember the first time we were boxing at Dad's house over there too? Remember we boxed and then we were like, I was like,
and I thought I said, I think I can kick your ass now, because I was in weight training.
This dude was in weight training for like 3 weeks and thought he could kick my butt. Yeah. Also, so we boxed and then I said, are we allowed to, I was like, is it like, can we kick and stuff like that? And he goes, no kicking, but takedowns, right?
That makes no sense, but okay.
You said that.
No, I know, but I'm saying it made no sense.
And like, I remember, so I hit Matthew and he was like, oh shit. So he tried to take me down and I just, wow. And he started like, as soon as he came in, I just uppercut him and then just pushed him over. And he was like,
that was a good punch, actually. I do remember that.
And then he was like, gee, you said we could do takedowns. I was like, I've never said I'd let you take me down.
Yeah, no, I remember that.
That was funny.
And our boxing gloves were horrible.
Those gloves are very bad,
like, there's no protection. It's basically...
No, there was protection, but they were just trash.
We got those when we were, like, kids.
I know. They were all we had to work with, though. We could have bare-knuckled.
Yeah.
No.
That's a sport now.
I know. And... Well, you know, there's like a bare knuckle like fighting league.
Yeah, that's insane. That's insane. Well, is there anything else that you want to ask me or say before we end this episode 1, the only episode 1?
That's crazy.
It's crazy to think about.
It is. I would say this. Let me ask you a question.
Oh my gosh, it's been nice asking the questions.
But this is your podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I should ask you a question. And this is coming straight off the dome, so give me a second. Right?
Nervous.
What?
I'm nervous.
Yeah, this is what you've been doing to me all day, dude. I've been having to think of stuff on the fly. Okay. What is... I know we probably already touched on this a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But what is your overall goal? 2 follow-up questions, I guess. Overall goal.
So 3 questions?
No.
Oh.
Overall goal for the podcast. And what is your overall goal in life?
We're going life?
Oh, yeah, baby.
So the podcast, my overall goal is to know I changed at least one life. And I know that sounds cliche when you say it like that, but like I truly just know I have the power and the power in the words to change someone's life. So, I mean, whether if it's in 1 month or 5 years, 12 years, whatever it is, that I get a message from someone saying, hey, like what you said on this podcast, like I hope, really changed my life.
With me.
Like,
well, I hope you know that you already have changed a lot of people's lives, including me. So even without this podcast, I hope you know that.
I appreciate that. I think I know I'm going to. Like, it's not a question, but like I want to impact someone that doesn't know me. I guess you could say that's my goal, is to impact people that have no clue who I am.
I think that's a good goal.
Because that means I'm affecting the world in a way, you know? That's just one of the goals, dude, though. I could go on for a whole
I'm sure if
episode.
that's the first one that came out, that's your main goal. And that sounds like a super awesome and genuine goal. So
100%. As I said earlier, it's just the money, the fame, that's just a bonus. But I don't even care about that.
I think that pales in comparison to how we change other people's lives.
No,
right?
I don't even care about that compared to like what my goal is. I probably have 20, 30 goals for this pod. And none of them have to do with money or fame or getting noticed or any of that.
Yeah.
They're all on a bigger spectrum.
Yeah.
In life, are we talking about family? Are we talking about...
No, I just when
me?
If I would ask you, what would it take for you to be fulfilled in life, aka to accomplish, what would it be?
Well, I'm going to get a little religious, but I think that God has a plan for everybody. And I strongly believe that when it's your time to go, it's your time to go. God has taken you, saying that you fulfilled your God-given plan, and you never would know that. At least to me. I mean, I don't. If I know when I leave this earth, I fulfilled my God-given gift or lesson or what I was supposed to do, and so I mean, if that day came sooner than later, I would feel content with it. I don't want to, but I'm just saying, like,
I get you.
I know I would have fulfilled something, whether it's me giving $1 to a homeless person and that just changed their whole route to switch their life, or something I said on the pod, or whatever it may be. But I guess if we're not going to that though, because that's a long conversation. I mean, kind of just providing mom with whatever she needs.
She's going to be taken care of between the both of us.
100%. Sure. I mean, taking care of mom and, I mean, family as well. Like, I always say, like, I want to put food on my kids' plates. So leaving everything out for my family or my family to come, and to just love everybody with the big heart that I have, and leave my mark.
Yeah, I think you will.
So
I think you already have, and that will continue to become like a even more influential mark. So,
yeah. Well, on that deep note, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Never Know podcast. I want to thank you for being the first guest of the Never Know podcast.
Of course.
I can't think of anybody else I'd rather have for the first, because you've been the motive or a motivation for this, and you're my support system truly. Like, I know you're a shoulder I can lean on at any times.
Just know you're one of my biggest motivations for sure, without question.
And I think that
it's vice versa as well.
I think it goes back and forth 100%. So I want to just thank you. If you could hit the subscribe or the like button, I'd appreciate it. And tune in every Wednesday for the next episode.
Woo, 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 woo.